another One Piece holiday. Today we're gonna be hopping on Discord with my guy, Anime Goo, talking about the last chapter, 1098, I believe. Um, a lot happened, so we're just gonna try to digest it all. Can't wait to see what these guys think about it though. Let's jump right into it. Okay, log in. Are you a human? Yes, I am. I don't see his server. Please. Oh, I feel so old. Online. No, that's not it. It's interesting. Okay, log in. Still don't see his server. Please check your email to follow. Oh, okay. Oh, man, I am really showing my age right now. That's crazy. Accept invite. How did that not work on my laptop? Oh, that's cool. I love wasting time. I don't mind. Okay, do the same thing here then. 24. There's no way that's not my password. When I just made this shit. Oh, okay. Damn, it's not letting me. Uh, cool. And don't know why that's hard. Um, allow. And now we wait. Turn up. Damn. Oh, damn, I never hit bro back. Cool. Done. Oh man, I love One Piece so much.
How? Man, I ain't even got the ball yet. How long you want me to hold the ball? I ain't even shoot the shit. Nah, hell yeah. Watch this though.
That was pretty funny.
I know there's gonna be. Ah, shit. Ah, damn. I had to time my shot. My bad, y'all. Good times. It's gonna be some good times. Damn. No, there's gonna. Ah, this finna be a breeze. Oh, damn. My bad, y'all. That's on me. Chemistry in the road. What the I just shot the, look at this shit. I just shot the bull 3 times. The same way. How I get 3 different results? How? So nobody gonna say shit. So y'all just gonna make me look stupid. Y'all gonna make me look stupid when I just shot the shit the same way 3 times. And I got 3 different shits on my shit. Oh wow, a shooting slump. Slump this. Fuck this game.
Man, I hate basketball courts where the fucking 3-point line is scratching the wall. There ain't no space in that gym. No out of bounds.
Round 2. The fuck? God damn! God, and what the fuck? Yeah, this is easy. Oh, you want his square, right? You want his square, right? Motherfucker.
Mm.
Easiest slam of my life. Oh, damn. This game is just ass.
Oh, thank you. Cool. Accept. Alright. Let's talk some anime. My controller. My AirPods. That's what I need. Oh, here it is. You must verify your account before you can speak. I'm already on the website. What more? What's going on? Oh, Okay. Okay, account verified. Cool.
Because sometimes maybe it just takes a spark. You know what I mean? For me, so there's just nothing there for it. I don't really know. Okay. I don't even know where to even start, think, or go with that, you know? So I don't want to interrupt y'all. If y'all have passion towards that, y'all go ahead and debate that. I'm outside of that. My whole thing is just on using that statement. The way it was being used, it just felt like if we go to another person's chat or something like that, and there's someone else using logic, and they argue with that, they're gonna be like that's gonna be the. Yeah, so that means you agree with Alex, but you didn't agree with me. There's no running away from it. You have to stay like that. No. Especially with the audience, with an audience running away from it with the audience is even worse. Like going diverging from the point that's worse.
If you're using facts, just saying everything I'm saying, and you're saying we just believe Roger. There's no reason not to believe Roger using facts.
Alex, you can say that. You can say that. But you're not. I guarantee you're not going to counter argue my points. You're going to continue saying that point. And you're not going to counter argue the points. You're not going to say, "Well, we have this statement saying that this. We have this statement saying this." I could type out the 7 facts and send them, and I almost guarantee you're not going to send one factual, non-headcanon thing, stating or giving anything to lean towards your point. That's factual, non-headcanon.
The only things lean towards your point are headcanon that aren't factual. And everything factual goes towards my point. Down my point. So you just gave the manga scan because literally everything factual goes with the whole
Roger LUFFY fight.
Yeah, I wrote that as part of my point because that goes towards my point. That's the first thing I wrote down.
That Roger likes to fight.
Yeah.
Wait, no, wait. You have to tell me why. Wait. You have to tell me, like, there's no, bro. I just y'all agree with one another. Y'all just don't understand, right? Alex, you do know.
Roger likes to fight. I wrote that.
No. Wait. You know what he's attempting to say is that the scan in which Rayleigh and Gabon say that Roger's stronger than them, it's irrelevant. That's all. That's literally his entire point. I'm not saying it's irrelevant. The one where Roger says that he's stronger than.
He's trying to say it's irrelevant because he's trying to say Roger's unreliable and Roger's.
Yeah, and you agree with that statement, right?
No, I don't agree with Roger being.
Oh, okay, so we're on the same team then. Okay, never mind. No, you saying, this makes. I feel like this makes the squad look bad, bro. This because it's like we can't take L's. It's like we can't hold our own L's. How does these niggas stand? You just. Of course, she wants to fight the nigga in front of her, and of course, me having to. Well, not me. This nigga Roger having a statement. If I'm always. Right, this nigga has damn near cancer, but yet this nigga still wants to go out and fight. Oh, we can only fight. Every line we had for him for like the longest, like 20 years, was just him like in a fight.
Let's just do like 2 minutes, because nothing you're saying has any logic behind it. I want you to know, if I want to fight somebody or I just like fighting, I can also want to protect people because they're hungry to fight. Those are not counterpoint.
And Alex, what leans towards that, Alex? Like you keep saying that, like there's no manipulation here. I need facts. I'm not a dummy.
Yeah, the facts of me liking to fight.
We can't like y'all keep going on talking about the stories. Y'all still. I asked y'all to bring a factual statement.
I like to fight. Those work towards my point.
It has been 20 minutes. Yeah, give me your statement. Without speculation ahead,
me liking to fight doesn't mean that I won't fight. There's no reason that if I like to fight, I'm not fighting to protect people that I think are too weak. Those are complementing points that go towards.
You're right. But what makes you lean towards?
I will take a fight to save people that I think are too weak from the fight.
You're right. But what denies what Rayleigh and them said? Them saying no, you just like to fight, and then him smiling at you. What does that mean to you, Alex?
Roger's taking it because they're too weak and he just likes to fight. They're not saying,
what does that mean? What does that mean, though?
They never say
if they say no, you just like to fight. He doesn't deny it. Why did he not deny it?
They never said, "Oh, you never heard."
Why did he just smile and
they
not
never
deny
say
it,
that.
Alex?
They never say, "Oh, you never heard you lying." They never say that.
What's good, my guy?
We use intellect. We using
quiet like 10 minutes.
we're not using emotions. We gotta use brain power, bro.
Nah, they going at it. I like that.
My man is literally like
It's my
telling
type
me
of shit.
why I'm right and not understanding.
Why did he deny it?
He didn't deny it.
Why did he smile?
Ray never denied
Why did he smile?
No,
Why did he
never denied? Show me where Ray said you're lying, Roger. Show me where Ray said Roger's lying. Show me that. You keep lying.
When did he deny it?
When did he deny it? Show me where Ray said Roger's lying.
When did he deny it?
Show me. I gave the
We got a new guy in here, bro. I'm gonna let it go, Alex.
Show me where Ray said
Roger's
lying.
Let this go. We have someone in here. We have a guest.
He's throwing in this random ass headband that makes no fucking sense. There's no logic behind it. Show me where Ray said Roger's lying. I'm waiting.
I'm gonna let it go. It's nice to meet you. Oh, we got another Don in here? We got another Don?
I was saying Dono.
Yes, sir.
I was telling Dono to see when he started, because now y'all done gone off the deep end with this.
Alex, yeah. I would have thought
I'm about to have the roll like he was in blue the way niggas is screaming right now.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was freshy, bro. It was so freshy.
I was just telling bro, I fuck with the energy. That's my type of scene.
I don't know how else I can give it to you.
Hey, what's good though, Coach? How you feeling, my nigga?
Man, I'm pretty good. My fault on being late. My dumbass phone wasn't letting me log in earlier, and my dumbass account was tripping, so I had to make another one. But hey, I'm in here now.
This is borderline early for us. It's not early. We just like an hour into it. Probably we can get off. We be on here for a little bit sometimes. But how you feeling, man? I wanted to really talk about the chapter on here because we normally do this on live. We don't normally do it on the Discord server. When we do it on the Discord server, we get a little bit more rampant, as you can already tell. Niggas be going at it.
It's Discord
kind of like how we met at DreamCon that night.
Right.
Hold on. Real quick. It's all love, Abo. You already know, bro. I hope you know. It's all love for you still, bro.
Oh yeah, bro. I learned, bro. This is not blue. Them blue arguments have me. He said I had to take a step back.
All right, bet. Shout out to Blue.
I only turns up because like you're literally saying points that I'm trying to say to you that are complimenting to my argument that like don't go towards you. That's only why I'm saying. Only one.
Motherfucker, so how you feel about the chapter, Coach? Let's get into it.
Shit. I ain't gonna lie. It was a lot to digest. Especially because, bro, this nigga ought to do it with these sad ass backstories, bro. There's one thing he can fucking do is that.
Every time I think he's not gonna go get as dark, I realize he uses the backstories to get as dark as he need to get.
Every time.
Real dark with the backstories. Right now, they got everybody calling Dragon a fraud. How you feel about that?
Wow, that's wild.
How do you feel? I need to before I even ask about the next question. I need to know how you feel about that before we move on.
calling Dragon a fraud? Why are they saying?
Yeah, they think Dragon. They think Dragon is me. Man with the cape.
Donald speaking blasphemy. He be doing.
He's a fraud to his epithet. He's a fraud to the people.
He got like first class ticket to him. He was reflexing that bitch.
So granted,
you think one of the strongest characters in the show is a fraud?
Dragon is a fraud.
No. I agree. He's still strong. I'm saying
top 3.
My man that Dragon is a fraud is more contextual to the context we just got in the last chapter.
Yeah, lace me up.
There's no way you're ever gonna look me in my face. You can't look me in my face and say, "Oh yeah, well." Throughout the entire time, we see Dragon have an interaction, or any of the Monkey D family have an interaction with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
They just, you know what I'm saying, they willing to die for the people who they love and they care for and cherish.
Yeah.
Dragon ends up moving this girl, Jenny, up his ranks to say, you are going to be one of the high-ranking officials. You're going to be one of my Nakama. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, she got captured. Oh, well.
And he kept spinning the block. He kept attacking. Revolutionary Army ain't quit right then. They kept going against the world government. You know what I mean? They kept spinning.
No.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you.
What's up?
So you say he didn't spin by Genie. That's cool. Are you 100% certain he knew her whereabouts and like which celestial dragon took her?
These are the questions. Damn. I mean, she is the Holy Land, so it's
Me
like,
personally,
you know
I don't think he knew where she was at. That's me.
That's what I was telling him. He didn't have the intel. Like, people related to Fisher Tiger.
And until they got that call, and Gina was like, "Hey, Kuma, it's me."
They didn't know anything.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. They had zero information.
Yeah, they didn't know anything. Fisher Tiger, when he ran up there, he knew where he was going because he just came from there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different as far as the context. What he did with Sabo, it took years of planning to do that. You get what I'm saying? Getting Kuma back was just something that could be done in the process because they had already had plans to going up there to initiate war.
Facts.
So that was something that was convenient to get done because Kuma's there as well.
Honestly, I'm not with y'all on this. I'm with Donald. Fisher Tiger went up there and freed almost all the slaves, bro. He had for like at what house he just freed them.
Do you think his defense got a little tougher after? Not defense. Do you think they're like they boistered their defenses after this nigga escaped? Because it's kind of.
I do think the defense got better. I wasn't saying that part. I think the defense got a lot better after Fisher Tiger. They ain't just letting niggas do that shit again. That shit had to be like a disgrace. That shit was probably worse than breaking that impel down.
So, like, what's the information?
Probably off somebody for that.
What makes y'all think that he knew like exactly where to go?
Because my thing, I don't even think he did. I was just saying, I was just adding to the point, but I don't think he like.
Oh no, I know where you at.
You are saying that they would have known that Jenny's somewhere in Marriage Walk has to most
right. So I'm saying he knows she's somewhere in Marriage Walk, but it's like
and when
he's an intelligent man. And like I said, it's been 2 years, right? The same way CP0 will work and they'll get, you know what I'm saying, intel off somebody off of Yonko or something. They'll send in a spy to work, to work the reins and shit like that. Dragon could have did something like that. Like, you're not gonna it took you 2 years to find this woman? So you think Dragon could have sent in someone to infiltrate Marie's wall on some co-op? Exactly.
So look,
People, hey, you know what? Your plans like you got is how Ivan Kov ended up in Impel.
Nah.
All right, so look at this.
No, that's actually true though, Dono, because we don't know the context of how completely Ivankov was in Impel Down. Could have got out when that could Ivankov have got out whenever?
No, I was playing. He was in there not for Jenny. It had to be something after Jenny because we see he's still free.
Yeah, you see him.
Okay.
So this is why I don't think that it would have been as easy as y'all make it sound to just infiltrate that spot. Only because
I don't think it would be easy as well. Because I think they would have raised security at Fisher Tiger. But go ahead, bro.
For sure. I don't. So me personally, when I hear she got kidnapped and I hear Celestial Dragon wants to marry her, I don't know why, but to me it was like the top crust of a Celestial Dragon. Like that's like the top 10% of the Celestial Dragons, right? So I looked at it as to even be like in that facility.
Like Garland got her or some shit.
Not a holy knight, but like somebody who he would be protecting. Yeah, like that status of
a holy knight type shit.
Okay, yeah, like that status of Celestial Dragon, right? So to be like in that facility, because not even all the Celestial Dragons are like equal or like status wise, like they in their own class or category, but it's like levels to it. Like some people get more respect than others. So I looked at it as she got took to like the top of the crust. Exactly. So to even like be in that room to know, okay, this girl's here. You're gonna need more than 2 years. Like you have to be a Celestial Dragon to even just get close. So it's like, how is he gonna?
That intel just not getting leaked either.
Yeah. So how are you even gonna like get in the facility to spy? You're not one of them. You're not of their ilk, their blood. Like it's not. I don't
you see what Bonny had to do. She had to fake a whole queen. And that's not something that could just be done by anybody either. You know what I'm saying? So infiltration, I'm not saying infiltration can't be done. There's just a lot more that come with it and a lot more that goes to it.
2 years might not even be enough time.
Cool. Yeah, because you got to be one of those people that infiltrate. Like when you get caught, you got to know the jig is up. There's probably no escaping either. You know what I'm saying?
And we don't know that he wasn't, still attempting or trying to get that intel for those 2 years, and it just not, it just didn't pan out while they doing other shit.
Okay, so now what do we think about the disease then?
That was interesting because
I think it's like marine AIDS or some shit like that.
I think it relates directly. I've been looking up a lot of intel and seen a lot of shit that like in Hindu mythology where they relate the planet Saturn to sapphires and like every time I look it up, I just see Saturn and sapphires. Like it's literally like on 3 different things that I looked up. It's relating sapphire to Saturn and Saturn and sapphires and like gemstone wise. So for me, I just think like for the fact that they got a disease and I'm looking at like what's a crazy like you're a revolutionary, all that you like, and I'm just looking at like if someone look what had to be done to hide from the disease. You had to hide it from sunlight. You had to hide the disease from natural like moonlight, sunlight, all that. So your hopes and goals are to one day be able to see the sun god or one of those people that like the sun god or whatever it is, but now you can't even see the sun. Like fuck that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it like if I'm Saturn and I know this person's like revolutionary, all that other shit. I don't know if that could be the case. I don't know if it is, but to me it just seems like something that's strong to just look at it and be like, dang. Like if I look at it like I like to be poetic. I look at it like, dang, sapphire relates to Saturn. Saturn is a Gorsay, literally giving you a disease that makes you turn into sapphire. And I'm just saying, okay, your goal is to not see the light. Even when you look at the cross that comes in with the church, it's a cross, but in the middle of the cross, it's a fucking sun. The same sun we've seen in Wano, Alabasta, Sky Island, all that shit. So I just think it's poetic as fuck to block the people. You're someone who that believes in the sun god or whatever the case may be, or not knowing if Saturn knows about that, but now you can't even see.
I see where you're going.
Your hopes and dreams to see the light of that is dead. Like you will never know that. Well, and then I think it's weird that the sunlight tree Eve that runs down into Fishman Island, at the top technically is supposed to be at the top of the red line then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So getting the disease and getting blocked, like I could see how natural sunlight got her to the state that where she's gotten. Like, okay, so she got the disease, and it's to the point now where it's taking over her whole body. If you're up there with the sunlight tree, and I don't know, I'm just correlating and bringing in mad shit that I'm waiting to be tied in right now. So you know what I'm saying? When I talk to you, Coach, I like to get off all these little intricate thoughts and shit. So that's been something that's been on my mind. I've been researching.
Nah, that's interesting. I fuck with the direction you're going. It's a lot of, especially on the poetic side, a lot of this with the sapphires. That shit makes a lot of sense, and that's something for sure Oda's not shy to fuck with, especially when it comes to Hindu mythology. So I can see that. That would be interesting. I don't know. Like when I first started reading it, it's crazy because when I read it the first time, it reminded me of the disease from Law's backstory. The what is it? Gray. What they call it?
The white lead disease.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the shit Law had, and then they ended up bringing it up, and it was like it's similar to this, and I was like, I really feel like it's more information on it that they haven't even laced us up on yet, and it's gonna tie into that more.
You think Bonny Devil Fruit like aged out the disease type shit? Like if Law's Devil Fruit got rid of his disease, you think Bonny's Devil Fruit got rid of her disease, or do you think it's more to it?
I think it's more to it.
Yeah, I think it's Vegapunk.
It could be her Devil Fruit that did it, but I think more. I don't even think it was Vegapunk. I think more than likely, the world government made a deal with Kuma, like, give us your body for the drug.
Yeah, that's what I think it's a blood transfusion from Saturn.
They would also have the cure. Okay.
information from way back in the day. They would have information from the void. I think Sapphire Scale is more so like a disease caused because like Celestial Dragon, like in its raw kanji form, would translate to like Uranus people, the people of Uranus. And I think that in general, the Celestial Dragons are just like from Uranus and like they represent that weapon, which is why like Greco-Roman mythology, Uranus is not like Zeus. Uranus is like the father of Zeus, Poseidon, and Pluton. And like Zeus would be Joy, who was Joy Boy, so it just makes more sense that it associates with Uranus. And I think like the Sapphire Scale accelerating by sunlight is also a hint to Uranus because like Uranus is like one of the weird planets where it has like an atmosphere of clouds. So they say like sunlight doesn't actually ever hit the planet. And I think Sunlight Tree Eve would be like something similar to that, where it keeps actual sunlight from hitting them, but it still gives them a source of light. I also think that's why they wear their like spacesuits. I think they're like carriers for the disease of Sapphire Scale because they're not.
He was talking about this earlier.
And I think in general, sunlight would or has the chance to do that to them, but it doesn't necessarily have to. They're more so just carriers for it. They don't necessarily have it. Similar to how like white lead disease, if you had it, you're a carrier for it, but you don't necessarily like infect anyone else. You're not contagious.
Okay.
Wait, so you're saying that they spacesuits is like kind of like how like with people with glaucoma, they wear like certain shades so that they can act. Of course, everybody can take light, but it's the amount of light that you get.
Mm-hmm.
So like the Celestial Dragons are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. I'm waiting for him to tie in this whole shit now. Like the whole shit we getting from light and all this. I'm waiting for him to tie it in because he literally telling us the whole shit with Sapphire Scale is any type of natural light, but they got the sunlight. They got the legit sunlight tree. As soon as they said that, I rung a bell. With the sunlight tree go all the way up to Marie.
I'm marking it being called the sunlight tree to me sounds too much like the atmosphere for like the planet of Uranus, where like it has a cloud atmosphere that absorbs sunlight for it and it like redirects it to where it doesn't actually hit the planet.
That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense of why it would be called a sunlight tree. So I can't knock that thought.
Yeah.
Because if it's a sunlight tree, what is the effects of a sunlight tree? So I would think it has something tied into it directly having drawing effects or having effects either on sunlight or from sunlight. You know what I'm saying? So like Fishman Island doesn't see a sun. They don't have a sun, but they got all the other. They got the light. They got all that. So if Fishman Island got it, the Celestial Dragons will have to have it in a different sense because they're at the top rather than the bottom.
Light the Celestial Dragons get is the same light the Fishman Island get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly where I'm going with that. So yep. I'm just waiting to see how you tie it all in. I was saying earlier how maybe what if Kuma extracted the disease, took it on him, took it upon himself, and then got the surgery or whatever from Vegapunk after letting them become whatever warlord deal or whatever works out, because the Gorosei at this point are in control of Vegapunk. So whatever Vegapunk has to do with this is going to have ties in. There's two ways. Vegapunk can either be ties into this through Dragon. The Dragon said I will contact all doctors within his contacts, and Vegapunk could be a doctor within that contact, or it could be through the world government, whatever deal he works out through the world government. So it could go good, it could go bad. You know, if it goes bad, I'm expecting the deal to really have some type of like real bad effect. And if it goes to because you always go back to Akainu when he said we thought we lost you. So I'm guessing it would have been a bad thing if we had lost you. Basically, that's what he was implying.
When he said that to who? Kuma?
We don't know why he said it. I'm guessing that he said it because Bonnie's a part of that deal. So them losing sight of Bonnie, whatever the hell it is, it puts Kuma at a risk of being able for him to do whatever he wants or something like that, because it's like a breach of the contract in a sense. I don't know. I'm waiting to see how it all planned out because I don't know what the deal is. Anyways, I'm just speculating.
Yeah, originally I thought it was that she was a celestial dragon and like they wanted like her for like her safety and like to let her be noble. But then like I looked at her bounty poster recently and it said dead or alive, so I'm like, I guess not.
Yeah. Interesting too.
Okay, because yeah, I was actually just talking to my friend about this, and he was saying he's already convinced that Bonnie is a celestial dragon, and that she's not.
She is too.
And
I do too.
right, and she's not. Her and Kuma really have no like blood relation.
No, I don't think they got a blood relation. They could. They could, depending on what is done in the future, save Bonnie's life, because there's a lot of elements that play into this and we don't really know. It could be a blood transfusion through
Right.
Kuma, it could be some whole other shit, you know what I'm saying? But just to add to not to really to add or combat Alex's point, but we know sometimes connections work out a different way, because Shanks' Bonnie poster says dead or alive, but we know he can still say, yo, look, let me pull up on you real quick. I told y'all. So there's exceptions, and Bonnie could be within that exception because she's already proven to be within that exception. Because what did the Gorse keep saying? Pay her no mind. She's just a child. Then everybody kept implying that this whole arc, she's just a child. She's just a child. So in a sense, that could be a soft spot the Gorse letting off, because the Gorse is calling humans insects, but then are going to say she's just a child, pay her no mind. And that makes no sense.
And
so
that's exactly why.
Spot for her right now, and it's because she's a celestial dragon. So yes, she's a celestial dragon child that we don't really deal with, but she's still a celestial dragon. Pay her no mind.
Right.
We don't want you killed.
That's exactly why he was saying Saturn's not going to ever kill her. But to double back on that, to spin the block on that, pay her no mind, so she's just a child. What I was seeing before I even got a chance to read the chapter, people were spoiling it on Twitter, and they were saying that basically Bonnie is a 12-year-old child,
as we've been saying.
And when I was reading I was so lost, right? But then I started reading the chapter, and I was like, okay, I was like just looking for like, I guess like to her to go like to her original form. I was looking for like that type of panel to like see her in a 12-year-old child like form.
Yeah.
But
can you guys imagine? Can you guys imagine the celestial dragons treating half-bloods as equals? Because I don't.
I don't
think
Bonnie would. They don't treat half-bloods as equals.
Oh no. No.
With Bonnie, that's a clear example already. Yeah. They don't even treat their full-breds as equals. Look at Doflamingo. The moment they leave the Holy Land, it's fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they might have certain dealings with you.
Like all celestial dragons are like equal in the Holy Land, with like a hierarchy being like more so playful, decided based on the God Knights, and the real hierarchy being like Emu and the Gorosei, where that's never changing. So there's no like changing that. But the rest of it, there's like friendly competition on.
To me, yeah, it feels real Soul Society-ish, man. Just like with like Black Clover, where it's like you got this, or like you could say like Naruto-ish, where it's like you got that, you got this is the established shit, but then these certain clans are like the clans of whatever it is that propels this nation to the higher pedestal that it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I was talking earlier. I was talking about when I first heard about when we first got to know the Shanks, and I've been in Film Red, they started talking about Figarland family. The first thing I did was speculate that Shanks' family, Figarland, that's like the Uchiha clan of the Celestial Dragons. That's the first thing I said, because like I always say it, Shanks shit gotta come from somewhere. He can't just the first thing they let us know when we watch Marineford is that if you got Conqueror's Haki, is that it's hereditary. That's what Garp implied with Luffy. You know what I'm saying? He was born with it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, bet. So that means whatever Roger and Shanks' relationship that's cool, it's cute, but it ain't got nothing to do with where his power initially comes from. So it gotta come from somewhere. So when people ask me, yo, you think Garling is really like that? You think he possibly can scar Whitebeard? I'm going to tell you yes, because apparently this nigga shit had to come from somewhere, and it looked like it came from this nigga with the goddamn moon-shaped head. So I'm gonna go with that until further note. Until we get a panel of this nigga getting slapped around like some bitch. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't gonna happen.
I'm gonna go with. Hey, he's not. I don't think he's top one or nothing, but I definitely think he was, because he's old now. But his prime, where he compared to what he can do then now to what he's doing now, I think he has some level of gusto. He deserves some level of credit because he's the head Celestial Knight.
I think he wanted them ones. Yeah, I think he wanted them.
Garland versus Sabo win.
Say that again.
Wait, say it.
Garland versus Sabo win.
That would be nice. I ain't gonna hold you.
Probably
I want to see Sabo fight somebody before another Celestial Knight before that one though. But Sabo versus Garland, I'm cool with that.
I'll probably
go with Sabo.
I'll probably take Garland.
You take Garland? Who?
If he really the dude that did that to Whitebeard, off that alone, I'm gonna take Garland right now, and off his title, his positioning, like what the status I think he has in the show based off like the little they've given us. I think he's like that dude. I mean, it's already confirmed he's Shank's dad, so that's like we're just egging on like how much of that dude I think he is.
See, I paralleled this earlier because we have the parallel person to Whitebeard would be Blackbeard, but Blackbeard left the scar on Shanks. You get what I'm saying? So poetic as I like to be, now Whitebeard got a scar left on him by Shanks' dad. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know the full context of the Shanks fight with Blackbeard, but if I'm not mistaken, there's a statement. Dunno could correct me if I'm wrong, but there is a statement where that says, say it again.
Blackbeard hit his ass, said, "Bitch, I'll scratch the shit out of him."
Is okay. Well, look, that's what I'm trying to find out right now, right? So look, the context that we got a statement that says Blackbeard scarring Shanks should be a reflection of his power, some shit like that.
Without a devil fruit,
right? Cool. So we know that Whitebeard got a scar from Garland. Under what context is that? Because what Whitebeard said, it made it sound like the scar was a worthy one. So,
but you can still scar, but it's just showing that you still.
I don't see that.
You him enough.
See, I knew he was gonna do that, though. I knew he was gonna do that bullshit. You can see it for Blackbeard, but you can't see it for
no. I was saying I don't see that to Abba.
Oh, okay.
I was saying. So look, I agree because the way Oda does scars, it's more symbolism to let us know that these two characters are in a sense rivals. And that's where we get the scars coming from, right? Like the scars being such a big deal because when these top tier characters get hurt, it's like, who the fuck hurt them? When Big Mom, who never had a scar in her life, we're like, who the fuck can beat Big Mom? Then we find out that her little brother...
The scarred Zoro, I knew he was like a Zoro in that moment.
No, I'm not gonna. I would say that he's a Zoro rival. And look, because I'm not even gonna deny that. I would definitely say that in terms of attack power, yeah, Zoro is up there.
I agree with you. Ross is being a troll right now. But go ahead.
Yeah, Zoro's definitely of the upper echelon when it comes to attack power. I think that's why Oda kind of implied that, yeah, if he does hit Dragon Kaido with a 3-sword style King of Hell, Dragon's Blaze, it's GG's. Kaido's dead.
Oh yeah, that'd be dead. That'd be Dragon Dead Nation. That's actually what that's called.
So if Zoro is of that attack power, Oda is letting us know, hey, although Killer and Zoro don't belong up here, they belong up here. Like they're not relative in terms of speed, endurance, and in every other aspect.
Was a lot closer.
Killer is crafty enough to create abilities to which will allow him to contend, and Zoro has the attack power.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I was gonna ask for clarification, but clarify.
Yeah, Killer got that. What's that? That shit. Right, he got those abilities like that.
Yeah, he like that.
And I think like when you become of that tier, having abilities like that allow for you to say, hey, yeah, if I wanted to, I could step in the ring. I could punch them in the face and run. That's the Luffy and Whole Cake Island level where Luffy was saying to everybody, "Hey, Big Mom's a bitch. He's being annoying to me. I'm gonna punch her in the fucking mouth and then I'm gonna leave."
I feel that. Nah, for real.
How did that punch go?
Oh yeah, he got his ass whooped.
You know what I'm saying? But he still threw that bitch, yo.
That's all that matter, bro. Got heart.
He had the intent.
He had the intent. That's what we counting now. That's how y'all judging boxing matches.
Hey.
I like the feeling behind that one.
The intent is Will is hockey.
Bro is still young.
Will is hockey.
Bro is still a kid. Bro isn't even at his peak.
No, he's clapping that bitch now.
Bro isn't even at his prime when he did.
It might be his take. I don't think Luffy's beating Big Mom right now. I think he's beating Big Kaido. I don't think he's beating Big Mom.
Oh yeah, we disagree there.
He didn't even got to delve into that because that's wild.
Did you say Coach?
Is he pushing her in the volcano though?
I said, oh yeah, we disagree there. Nah, yeah, that's not going. I think Luffy that dude right now to keep it a brick. I don't see many niggas say it's probably like a hand. it's like a handful of. It's really less than a handful of niggas. I think could even just fuck with Luffy right now.
I think
Like,
Luffy
I can name like 3 niggas.
I think Luffy could take Big Mom.
Like, Big Mom picture, you just got Shanks and Buggy. And that's it.
Wait, say that again?
I don't want Big Mom out the picture, just Blackbeard, Shanks, and Buggy. That's really it. Luffy ain't really fearing that.
No, you still got Emu. You still got
A kind of.
Yeah, you got Emu and like Goro second too.
5 niggas. Damn, I said 4. I'm terrible. Fuck. First say. Yeah. Garland, maybe.
I got Luffy top 50.
So top 15?
You broke up.
I heard 50.
Yeah, that's what I thought he said.
Couldn't have been. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt, and I'm assuming he said 15.
He definitely, you're not wrong. He is top 50. But he's definitely top 15 as well. Shit.
Yeah.
I got top 15.
Oh, 1-5.
Definitely top 15 in my book.
Oh, okay, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you broke up. We didn't know if you said 50 or 15.
Top 15.
Luffy is wild disrespect right now.
No, he's top 15.
You counting all the dead niggas? Or like what? Who
No, alive currently.
Oh, yeah, that's mad disrespect.
Can I hear your Can I hear your top 10 at least?
Oh, okay. I'll be saying.
Get ready.
Right now.
You don't even.
Blackbeard,
Mm-hmm.
Sengoku,
Old ass Sengoku right now.
Dragon
with the goat.
Yeah. Old ass Sengoku. The goat, Dragon. I think Akainu can beat him. I think Shanks beats him. I think Mihawk beats him.
What's that, 6?
Yeah, I think Marco beats him.
You say Marco?
Marco, the Phoenix.
Don't question it. Just let it be.
I'm
I
listening.
think Kizaru beats him.
We'll be here for 10 hours.
You ain't been reading. That's what
He been smacking this nigga around.
I'll explain my perception of that Kizaru fight, but
okay. What's that?
Boa beating him.
What number are we on? Is this 9 or is this what are we on?
That's like 9. Who else?
Last one to get hard after a while, don't it?
I got Shiryu beating him.
Don't force it if you don't got to. No.
You said Shiryu. You had Shiryu at 10, bro.
Well, I'm not. That's not a particular order. It stopped being an order after like Dragon.
So yeah.
What's going on, bro?
To warm us up. Sengoku 2 is wild. I'm not even gonna argue. You know what I'm saying? That was at least more respectable. I gotta skip.
Going Garp because he ain't say Garp. I know he's gonna say Garp at this point.
He can't say Garp.
Well, okay, so right now Garp's possibly dead, so I just wanted to ignore Garp for right now.
Okay.
Hold on before we go any further. Can I attack the Sengoku thing with you real quick, and we can do that as a dash Gart as well if you want.
Okay.
So today, Garp is clearly not in his prime, right?
Yeah.
I think Sengoku is older than Garp, or am I wrong to assume that?
It don't matter to me. I think they're really close in power together.
Fair, fair enough. So I don't think the age difference is huge, but I think he's a little older. I could be wrong, but I say this. I think overall Garp is really stronger than Sengoku. Like, I mean, he got the devil fruit. That's cool. I think Garp would have been the head fleet admiral if he wanted that job. If he just didn't want to, fuck with the celestial dragons often. So
I agree. I just think they're close in power though.
that's cool, and I feel you coming there. I don't think it's a huge gap at all. I think it's close. But if Garp is out of his prime right now, and personally, I think he is dead. Or if he's not dead, I think he's going to die soon by the hands of the Blackbeard pirates or Ice Pops or whatever y'all want to, whichever. I think he is dead. I don't think that. The person that killed Garp right now, I don't think that he could beat Luffy. So if he can't beat Luffy and Garp can't beat Luffy, because if you losing to him, you definitely can't beat Luffy.
Okay.
And I think Garp is over Sengoku. It's like all three of those people are just like tied together.
Here. I think Akainu can beat Luffy, and because I think Akainu can beat Luffy, I think Kuzan could as well because they're damn near equal. And then because I think Shiryu is stronger than Kuzan and Garp is stronger than Kuzan, that's why I think they would all be able to beat Luffy too.
Why do you think Shiryu is stronger than Kuzan?
He's the right hand, and Kuzan is like a commander, and Shiryu is the strongest of the commanders.
But he's also like an undercover star, but we know Brook shits on him. We gotta mark down.
I see where you're coming from.
Thank you.
Okay. So
that's really tough to think that
Shiryu is the right hand.
Like Shiryu over Kuzan just off of position, even though one was you gotta put the asterisk X op. You gotta you know what I'm saying? He couldn't be his number two because at the end of the he will always be an X.
Shiryu and Shiryu's not the right hand. Jesus Birch is the right hand. Shiryu's the second strongest.
Honestly, the right hand shit don't matter because keep it a brick. Name who are some other right hands that you think would defeat
Beppo.
Luffy? Beppo? I'm not listening to that. What were you saying?
Sulong Beppo get clapped.
Beating Luffy?
Who's put in the?
Oh, okay, getting clapped. Okay, yeah, rolled in the pack.
Get put in dirt. But anyways, I don't know. Shiryu, I say Shiryu's crafty, bro. He snuck that nigga because Kobe was being dumb. Low-key Garp only lost because Kobe was being dumb. Prior to Kobe being dumb, he had that shit handled. Everything was fine until Kobe was fucked up. And kudos, I'm not taking any points away from Shiryu on that, but you can't just be like, that nigga is stronger than Kuzan. We need a resume to say, and a nigga like Kuzan has a resume. You know what I'm saying? The resume.
So I'm not gonna say you convinced me on the Kuzan beating Luffy, but you definitely made a stronger point for me with the comparison to Akainu because they did go toe to toe for days. So I feel you there. But I'm not even gonna talk about the disrespect that you mentioned with Boa. I don't know. I don't see any of these characters being strong enough to defeat Luffy's imagination right now. Because that's really what it comes down to. Because his power is limited by his imagination. So, like the people that come to mind for me Okay, Emu, maybe Shanks, Blackbeard, Akainu. We can debate the Kuzan one some more because they pretty close in strength. I'm not mad at the meat. It's interesting because he's a swordsman, so it's an interesting fight. We can put that on the table because Mihawk is one of them, and he's comparable to Shanks. So, what's that, 6?
About Shiryu being a swordsman?
Say that again.
Or was you saying Shiryu as a swordsman?
No, Shank. I mean, Mihawk. I was saying I think it would be an interesting fight between Mihawk and Luffy because it's only one swordsman in the fight. So
that's where I'm at. I only get the top 5 ahead of Luffy right now. I got Luffy playing strong 6-man.
Yeah. I don't. Out of those people we just named, I don't see anybody really standing a chance against Luffy. Like, I mean, if we want to just like bring up people who could come back, like Inaru or Shiki, okay, maybe so. But people that we just like know about that's here.
Wouldn't Inaru be the last person to mention if you're talking about bringing people back against Luffy?
Oh yeah, that's true. It's crazy because personally, I do think he's coming back, but I think he's coming back stronger for one.
I hope he is.
And I also believe he's coming back. I feel like he's not gonna come back and not have like combative for something to face Luffy, knowing what his fruit is now. Like, I don't think he's gonna come back and just try the same thing again after all this time. So I feel like he's gonna find some way to get around the rubber thing. But a lot of people don't think so. I think Inaru was one of them ones. I don't think his bounty really reflected how strong this nigga really was. But I mean, hey, I think he's gonna come back even stronger than that. So when that does happen, I think he's gonna be up there. Maybe we could throw Dragon's name on the table too. So yeah, that's like 7 to 8 people to me. Unless we start counting the Gorosei, but the list is still pretty short. I don't. Well, convince me on this Boa thing because I felt like that one was kind of out of pocket.
You talking about my boy Dunno? He on mute right now. Probably take something. But yeah, Dunno's the guy to talk to about that.
Oh, okay, for sure.
I don't got Boa over Luffy. But
yeah, that was kind of crazy.
I don't like list on who beats Luffy for real. I think I'm more with your side than Donald's, only because Donald's people. But I disagree with your side as well.
with my list.
Trust me, I know there's people out here that got.
Kez can tell you everyone I disagree with. I guarantee.
Tell me the issues on my list.
Hey, you know right now, Sakazuki, he ain't touching Luffy. He's not doing it.
Which one is Sakazuki? Kind. Okay, so you don't think that fight will be close?
Nah.
Shit, if that fight not close, it's only like 2 people that can fuck with him then, huh? Emu and is Blackbeard touching him or not?
Blackbeard's fucking him up right now.
Okay. What about all right? So Blackbeard and Emu.
Shanks, I put Shanks on the list. I don't know if he winning, but I put him on the list. I got him above him. I got Shanks winning right now.
So what's the gap between Shanks and Akainu?
Pretty big. It's the gap between Akainu.
That's gonna be a quick fight.
Like right there was like Kuzan, who's like below and like relative to people like Shiryu and like like Garp beating his ass, or really not relative to Garp, but not relative to that top tier. You relative to like that Info Down Magellan type tier. You know what I mean? Like right when we picked them up at.
Yeah,
right
yeah. I don't think I respect Shiryu, but I don't think he.
Shiryu's him. Shiryu about to kill Mihawk in a little bit.
Ain't that Zoro job?
Nah, Zoro's job is to kill S-Hawk. He gonna kill the Seraphim.
Did you get a chance to do that already?
What are we talking about?
Okay, I didn't know you had that taken you out.
Are you disrespecting Zoro, or like what are we doing right now? What do you mean?
That's all about to be more him than Mihawk. That's why they got rid of Mihawk. Oh. They fired Mihawk.
You think
They fired everybody.
You think S-Hawk is stronger than Mihawk?
Huh?
You think S-Hawk is stronger than Mihawk?
Not yet. Well, it might be. It might be already. Seraphim in general should be stronger than all the warlords put together back then. Or like before.
I guess the intent is for the clones.
I don't know if individually
stronger in adulthood.
They're all stronger.
That's what I was thinking. That they would grow into their full potential.
Yeah.
Well, not even about potential. They're currently the Seraphim as a group currently would be stronger than the warlords.
They're mad strong.
That's why they fired the warlords. They weren't worried about letting the Seraphim grow. They was like, Akainu wanted to keep the warlords. Opposition was like, we should keep the warlords, keep the Seraphim ready. And they were like, nah, the Seraphim are ready now. We can do it.
I don't think it's because they're like stronger than all of them. I just think it's because the risk of the actual warlords. Because the warlords are untrustworthy.
I don't think so, especially when the county is willing to just trust them, especially wait for the Seraphim. The idea is more so that like they don't need to wait. Like in general would just mean that like the Seraphim as a group, even if not on an individual basis, the Seraphim as a group would just be superior to the warlords at that time.
Like it's kind of clear that like S-Hawk not on Mihawk level.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't.
He wasn't even using devil fruit for most of his feats, bro.
You said what?
He wasn't even using devil fruit for most of his feats, bro. He was doing it wrong. He ain't even got one of these 12 grade, green grade blades.
S-Hawk has a devil fruit?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got that
blade man. He's a blade man. He's a swordman.
Yeah, Mr. One's double fruit.
Yeah,
he
does?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I missed that. That's cool.
He was attacking with his legs and shit, with turning him into swords.
S-Hawk ain't even got one of them 12 supreme grade blades. He's picked up a stick off the ground, bro. He doing all that shit with just random shit. Yeah, man.
Wait, doesn't that devil fruit only pertaining to his own body, not make something else as a blade?
But he keeps a little stick on him. You know, my man ain't never caught without it.
He's a swordsman already, so he's a swordsman that has a devil fruit. Like Law.
He's a sword.
He's a swordsman that also has a sword, man.
He's a swordsman. That's a sword. Crazy.
He's a swordsman. He's a sword man.
He's a sword, man.
He's a swordman. He's also a swordsman.
So today, you think S-Hawk could defeat Mihawk and just take Zoro's and go from him, just like that?
Yeah, that's just crazy.
S-Hawk is going to be better than Mihawk. It's just like in general, he might be better now, but if he's not better now in a 1-to-1, then just the Seraphim are better as a group.
I'll give you he has the potential to be better than Mihawk for sure if he like grew into that age.
He might already grown into
but
it.
Today
they better. They fired Mihawk, bro.
They did.
Remember,
but I don't think that
Vegapunk said they have the potential to become the world's strongest.
I think there's more context behind
it. They fired Superman as well.
I don't think he's ready for that challenge right now.
I heard that he had a kryptonite addiction.
Cause I can tell you right now, in that egghead panel, in that egghead panel where S-Hawk was scrapping with Zoro for a little bit, in reality, Mihawk is stop it. It's not even.
You know, I was willing to agree with him, but I just can't see all 7 warlords losing to the 7 Seraphim. Like, yeah, I think that if they were to fight Moria, it's kind of like any one of them would just wash Moria.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think Mihawk can take about 3 or 4.
Crazy disrespect for Moria. Shiryu couldn't even take out Moria.
crazy disrespect from Moria. Crazy disrespect from Moria. Shiryu, you'll go over there. Shiryu, you was calling out Shiryu. He came at Moria. Moria was fine. But now you're talking down on Moria. I can't understand.
Or was that on purpose? Did Blackbeard want him dead, or did he just want him knocked out to be put in that jail?
They was trying to hurt him because he was being on roof, and they wasn't able to do shit. Moria was fine.
I don't even think the Jinbei clone is stronger than Jinbei. Honestly, yeah. What do we? I don't think that.
Not beating Jinbei.
I don't think the Boa clone is stronger than Boa either. Like, yeah. What are we doing?
You said who's not stronger than Boa?
The Boa clone, the Seraphim.
No. I don't think she's stronger than Boa for sure. Like Boa's like, big mom here.
Yeah, like I think.
Oh right. Someone was asking earlier about
Let it be known.
Someone was asking about Boa versus Luffy or something like that.
Say that again.
Hating on Seraphim. I ain't never seen it. It's crazy.
I don't know who you think these niggas are. They gonna have to show me some first before I just put them over the goats. Like that's not.
Bro, they got like they literally got the word. They fired those niggas. Them niggas ain't shit compared to the Seraphim. They like, we don't need y'all if we got them.
I think it's more context behind that.
We can't trust y'all to do the job.
Yeah.
Seraphim
yeah.
And we have command chips inside of the Seraphim that will make them do what we tell them to do.
Yeah, manipulation.
Like you gotta look at it, but like look what Blackbeard did when he was a warlord. He was a warlord, then went to Impel Down, did all this bullshit, then went to Marineford. Like how you blowing up the spot and you work for us? Then this nigga Law takes a what was it, 100 Navy Marines hearts, puts it in a cat. Like bro, these warlords are.
That wasn't Navy Marines. That was just he did 100 pirates. And that was like
100 pirates.
He took 100 pirate hearts back in what was that Rocky Port incident where like they didn't want to give Blackbeard any name, he's the only one that came out with W.
Well, the Blackbeard incident. The Blackbeard incident is really enough on its own, because if I'm gonna have you working for me, and when I say I need all the warlords at Marineford to fight in this war, and you in prison doing your own shit at Impel Down, breaking other prisoners out of Impel Down, that's a bad look. I think it's more context behind firing all of them opposed to just thinking the Seraphim are ready today to like just take them all 1v1 or as a group.
I agree, because it's even with the Shanks and Mihawk shit. Shanks gets Marineford. Marines want Mihawk to get to work. Yeah, that's your stall him for sure. Mihawk like, well, no, we didn't sign this part of the contract.
That's not what we talked about today.
Yeah, I'm out. He walked out of it like it was an album deal that he said no to.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't be an option.
Yeah, you work for me.
They see Shanks. S-Hawk's supposed to be like, oh, is that nigga? They want him to pull up on him. You know what I'm saying? So whether he wants to or not, he gets the order to.
Do you think S-Hawk is fucking with Shanks right now?
No, I don't say.
No, not you. I wouldn't. I'd never ask you.
I'm definitely not saying that. I'm just saying S-Hawk is not going to full on just retreat. He's going to, if he has the order to take that person on, he's going to take that person on.
Fact. No, exactly.
That's just what it is. So Shank's going to body him. Shank's going to have to body him. That's just what it is.
Now remember, he was ordered to like take out all of the enemies in what was that shit called? Boa's Island, Amazon Lily. When he encountered Blackbeard was like, yeah, that's how powerful you are? All right, let me show you something. So Blackbeard, after he used Black Hole, S-Hawk did. He said, fuck that. So to me, that's like me know S-Hawk, that I'm not gonna say the lineage, but that lineage factor does kick in when it's like life or death. Like, hey, if I'm going to die in this situation, don't die. You know what I'm saying?
So Don, today, do you think S-Hawk could hang with Shanks?
I think that's why S-Hawk actually fought Zoro, because he thought he could beat Zoro. Like Zoro's close to power with him. But
so
when it came to like Blackbeard, when it come to Luffy's, and when it come to people like that, they run it.
So I can't give you the first half because I don't know what S-Hawk thought in his mind as far as like it goes as defeating Zoro or not. But we all know whether he thought he could do so or not, he was gonna do it regardless because they are commanded by like 8 different chains of command. So whether he felt capable or not, he was gonna be on go mode regardless. But I do think he was hanging with Zero in a low to mid diff type of way.
I don't think it was low to mid diff. Because look, if you look back at when we see all of the captured Seraphim, S-Hawk was looking disappointed. Like it's just like I'm mad at myself because I know I could have won. I just didn't.
Or could he be mad that the gap is that big between the two?
Disappointed standard look as well.
And not to mention, Zoro is jumping him with toxic. So it's like, you gotta.
That's true. That did happen. That's true. That's true. I see your point.
I think they're strong, but I don't put them on Shanks and like Yonko tier yet.
Okay, so and that's correct. So because I actually put Mihawk on Yonko tier. I think Mihawk's one of them, and the fact that he goes.
Mihawk is stronger than Shanks. Alex is someone who does not. As you can clearly tell, he thinks that fucking Seraphim beat Mihawk.
Okay, but look at this. You believe Mihawk is stronger than Shanks, but you don't believe that S-Hawk could beat Shanks.
I don't.
But you believe S-Hawk could beat Mihawk?
No, I don't. I think that Mihawk beats Shanks. I think Mihawk beats S-Hawk.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
That was the other guy that was like.
Oh, okay. Oh, where's he at? I have questions for him.
I'm back, y'all. I just had to destroy my ex's life real quick, and I feel so good. What are we talking about?
Yo, slug, you're toxic, bro.
I had to absolutely annihilate her.
Stay toxic.
It'd be like that sometimes. So wait, were you the guy that said S-Hawk was stronger than Mihawk?
No, that wasn't Slug. That wasn't Slug.
Oh, okay.
That was Alex.
Oh, he's gone?
Yeah, that was Rock.
Okay, I had questions for him.
Holding profile pic.
You got. Oh, he's right. Oh.
That's better, bro.
So can S-Hawk beat Shanks?
Nah.
Fuck that. What was that about the X? What'd you do?
He thinks Shanks stronger than Mihawk, like by a lot.
By a lot.
Yeah, that's what she did. I just had to let her know.
He said by a lot.
All right. Mihawk relative to like pre-Yonko Shanks. Way pre-Yonko.
Bro finna say Mihawk is equal to fucking Jack.
Why are you disrespecting this nigga like this?
Oh, let's not start the Jack agenda, please.
Don't
Jack
Oh.
Don't disrespect.
Damn, Rocks, that's crazy.
Oh my god.
But yeah, bro, what happened with your ex?
Jack?
That sounds like some toxic shit.
Though, my ex was like, yo, I was talking to fucking Blue the other day, and I agree that Roger's a fraud, and I just had to shut it down.
Facts.
Crazy.
W slug.
Can't let that slide.
Can't let that slide.
Like,
Can't let that slide on her.
Glad you stood on business. No, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Slug my boy up in
I mean, I don't knock him for it because I think that Kaido and Big Mom are kind of frauds. Like, I don't mean in the sense that they're weak. I mean in the sense that I don't think they're keeping up with old Whitebeard or Shanks.
Okay.
This is crazy.
Okay. But I mean, I feel like that's them to just like a new generation type thing. Like, we're not, the equals of the older generation, but because how much older is Whitebeard than Kaido?
Like 20 years.
Kaido?
Kaido's like 40, Whitebeard's like 70. So like maybe like somewhere around 28 to 30 years.
Yeah.
I thought Kaido's close to 50.
When Kaido was 21, Whitebeard was 36. So she was like 25 years old.
Okay. That's 15. Okay.
It's a 15-year gap.
Yeah.
25.
I'm not mad at that. So yeah, that's
No, 15. I'm sorry, I can't count.
Nah, you good. That's shit. So if Whitebeard's LeBron, Kaido would be the next generation, like Wembanyama or some shit. So like I'm not mad at him for not being stronger than Whitebeard, but at the time, like he still had the title of world's strongest beast. He,
I don't think that's true though.
oh man.
Like,
Okay,
he
whose
has the
title is
title.
that?
I just think that like there are other creatures that can beat him.
Who?
Title's LeBron. Is Luffy Steph Curry?
Marco.
What are we doing with? What are we doing? What are we doing?
I think Marco is him. Like, I think a lot of people underrate my boy.
Are we talking about like a prime Marco, or are we talking about Marco today?
I'm talking about either one. Like,
Isn't Marco your boy just because Ace is your boy?
There we go.
Well, so like, is this just like a biased take, or are we being for real? Or are you trolling, or what are we talking about?
Both. I feel like I am some ways biased, but I do think that I am telling the truth with what I'm saying.
All right, so if Marco was really that dude, how come he didn't stand on shit for Whitebeard when they had the second war against the Blackbeard pirates?
Oh, because I think Blackbeard is like more of that guy.
But Marco,
like Blackbeard is top one in the verse. Like no one's beating Blackbeard one-on-one.
But Marco has way more help on his crew. He has fleets of niggas.
But remember, like a lot of their fleets were really fucked up, and like some of the commanders like dead. So it was like Marco and a few good men.
Blackbeard has like 6 niggas with him. Marco has at least hundreds of niggas left.
Admiral.
An admiral. He wasn't there for that war. If Marco was that dude, they would have stood on shit.
That's why Marco's alive. Don't do that.
If Marco was that dude, one of the crew members of Blackbeard's crew should have been taken out. We going to war for Pops. We going to get our get back. You disgraced his body, stole his devil fruit. We gonna lose the war and not get no get back.
No Josu for that.
And
no Josu in that war though.
Which one is?
No Whitebeard.
Which one is Josu? Diamond.
Just letting you know how behind the fence they were to even try this in the first place.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do.
No Whitebeard, no Ace, no Josu. That's actually that's 3. That's not 1. That's 3 heavy contenders. That's like the Straw Hat crew still trying to go to war and
and they got.
Well, I don't know if they have an Ace. I don't know if the Straw Hats have an Ace, but that's like saying no Luffy. No Jozu, you can say no Jinbei. No Luffy, no Jinbei, and then whoever Ace equivalent to for the Straw Hat. To fit that bill,
yeah. Zoro would
No, could be. Forget I even mentioned that.
Okay, so look here.
I even mentioned that.
Let me know if
the Straw Hats ain't ready for that type of.
Let me know if I'm tripping. Is this not the diamond sword nigga right here? The number 2 swordsman in the world?
Say again?
I mean, not the number 2 sword. Is that not the diamond fruit nigga right there?
Yeah, but that's a retcon because he got his arm taken by Kuzan.
No, that's why he was ice. He didn't get taken while he's diamond. Never gotten cut.
Oh, so he still has his arm?
Yeah, he got both of them.
So wait, Josu never lost
the arm is gone. The arm is gone.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That scene is the anime. That's a retcon.
Oh,
that's
okay.
That's like when Crocodile accidentally lit his.
Oh, is that an anime scene from after? I didn't realize.
Yeah, that's after. That's like when Crocodile lit a cigar with both hands. It's just a mishap. He's not supposed to have an arm.
Okay, got you.
What Crocodile do with those cigars?
Don't even worry about it,
man. I'm still not taking Marco over Luffy. That's not happening. I seen Marco get tired. Man, hold on. What are we talking about? I just seen Marco get tired out by having a little 5-minute scrap with King and Queen. So why would I believe he could take on Kaido?
You were gonna take that?
Yo, that's not even what it's about, man. Listen,
Am I
tired too? You think Luffy wouldn't get tired?
Luffy get back up. Luffy gets back. Marco got winded with his old ass and said, "All right, I'm gonna let these kids handle it from here. I've done my part. I'm done for the day."
Yeah, but wasn't Marco flying with people on his back for 10 days
against Marco?
Hold on, go. You said Marco was flying with people on his back for 10 days.
Didn't you do that to get to Wano?
I don't know if he did that, but listen. I'm just saying. Do you think Luffy before Gear 5? Do you think Luffy before Gear 5 could take Marco?
I thought it was debatable. We actually had that debate. It's on the podcast right now. Back then,
yeah.
Back then, I said yes. But I thought it would be close. I'm not. If you ask me, back then I thought it would be close. Is it possible I was wrong? I could concede that. But do I think that it's still close now? Not a lick. There's a far gap now, and Luffy's on the winning side of that gap.
I think Luffy needs Gear 5.
Yeah, with Gear 5, Luffy isn't. Marco's not touching Luffy if he's using Gear 5. If it's Gear 4 and below, okay, it's close. Gear 5 is not close. It's his imagination. It's not close. It's not close at all. Like, after we seen like all the Toon Force shit, like he damn near didn't even take damage really either now. Like it's not close. Like I know Marco has regenerative powers. I get that. That's cool. But there is also a limit on that. You can hit Luffy in the head 1,000 times with a mallet. He's not gonna feel that shit. Like it's not close. If he got tired from scrapping King and Queen for that little bit, because he didn't even defeat them. He didn't even defeat one of them. He scrapped with both of them. I respected it because he held them off. But they still ended up fighting other people, other strong people.
I do think he knocked out King for some time though.
If so, King got back up real quick and he ate that shit.
I wouldn't call that real quick, but he did get back up.
He got back up strong enough to fight Zoro, a first commander to the King of the Pirates. If I can handle Zoro later, the little scrap we had earlier, it didn't do too much to me. I wasn't winded like you.
Ancient Zone.
Also true.
I don't want to argue for King right now.
King, that dude. And that's why I'm like, I give Marco his props for holding off both of them. I think that was commendable, especially when it happened. It was live as fuck. But I don't know. You didn't really just hold them off that long, but you did hold them off. But they still like had enough in their tank to like, I don't know. Zoro still had to go like full high diff. So did Sanji. So how much did you take out of the tank, Marco? What all did you really do? I don't know. Because I know if Luffy is boxing them in Gear 5, it's not close. Let me know if I'm tripping though. Lace me up.
Yeah, I think Marco did a good job at holding them off for that, especially while healing a bunch of people.
For sure.
Floor full of people at the time.
Commendable.
Now, for him to actually beat Luffy, I think he loses when Luffy gets to Gear 5. That's my take on it.
Bet.
Do you think Marco's flames are hotter than Kaido's?
I don't think his flames are hot.
To be hotter. Because his flames utilize shockwave rather than actual heat.
Yeah, it's not a heat thing.
And if they use heat, it's more so as a cooling point, as how they kind of did it where like when he did it with the Onigashima, like he regulated the temperature. He was more like regulating temperature. Rather than blazing up a nigga and burn him. In my perception.
No, I agree with you 100%. I don't think his flames is well, I mean they stated it in the show before. They said his flames weren't hot. If anything, they made it sound like his flames felt good. In the context they said it, I don't know if they meant like for Marco when he's healing himself, or like for anybody that's just touching it, but they made it seem like a sensation of relief.
I think that's the nature of his Phoenix thingy. If he wants his flames to feel good to heal, that's gonna do. But if he wants to attack, it's gonna attack.
I can see that. Yeah. Even so, I still don't think he could beat Luffy. I ain't gonna lie, it's a list of people that I don't think Marco could. And we could talk about Prime Marco for a second if you want. I think.
You think Sabo could beat Luffy?
Sabo could beat Luffy? No.
Sabo conquer?
I think it's close, but I don't think it's just that close. I think Sabo got a better shot than Marco.
Okay.
That's what I think.
I'm not sure where I am on it. I'm not sure where I am at where I'm at with it as far as the thought of it.
I just heard that. Yo, Donald, you alive? Oh, Donald.
I think he muted.
Yeah, Donald been muted for a little bit.
Alright, I'll just wait. I want to see what he has to say.
Yeah, he would have taken this over if he was here.
about
you would
the
have debated cool down with mad different shit.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I'm waiting on.
Me and Coach done debated all this stuff already, so that's why you're not hearing me come back. Y'all, me and him done did this on live plenty of times.
Yeah.
And y'all already know how I am. I'm not about to sit here and convince somebody. If that's how they feel, that's how they feel. Because I got, where my stance is on mad different things. I'm still not sure how I'm thinking of the Sabo of him standing up to all the Gorosei plus Emu in the chamber compared to how I see just one Gorosei member popping off people's heads. You get what I'm saying? So people like Sanji,
I'm gonna say I threw in all the evidence in the chat for why Seraphim are just over fucking Mihawk and like it's just there repeatedly. I know Kaido's sitting there like once they get rid of the warlords and they get the Seraphim, Kaido's like, yo, they might be able to beat us now. They might be able to stop me. They got a new force capable of stopping us now. The warlord, they came at me with the warlords, that shit wasn't gonna happen. Like coming at me with the Seraphim, stop it.
Was Kaido drinking when he said that?
Nah,
he's not saying they have a force capable of doing that. He's saying they're confident they have a force capable of doing that.
Yeah, the Seraphim. Because they have the Seraphim, they have a force capable of stopping him. Without the Seraphim, they don't have that force. This is their show of them being arrogant, them showing off their force.
Yeah, that does confirm he think they on the same level.
He doesn't think they're on the same level. Kaido.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Navy. I'm talking about the Navy. I'm talking about the Navy.
Oh yeah, the Navy definitely thinks they're at the same level at bare minimum, but Kaido.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
And every statement from the Navy, like
Kaido,
Foodie Taurus statements, all kind of suggest they would be above. The only one that doesn't think they're above in the entire manga is this nigga Akainu who wanted to keep them.
Everyone else.
If the Navy really wanted to take it to one Yonko like that, the 7 warlords had to obey, and they wanted them to full on conform. They could have went at Yonko Cruz by now if that was the case. But the Yonko don't. I mean, the warlords don't fully. To assemble the warlords is a hassle. You know what I'm saying?
What was SSG?
That's Seraphim.
Yes. Like Special Science Group or some shit like that.
That sounds lame.
The group that made the Seraphim. It's just Seraphim.
Yeah, just the group that made the Seraphim. Big opponent special team.
How many Seraphim do you think it would take to defeat Big Mom and Kaido?
How many Seraphim?
Yeah. Is it just Big Mom and Kaido? None of they.
Yeah, just Big Mom and Kaido.
Just like how the rooftop.
Yeah, rooftop shit.
Can they get past both?
Get all the admirals and then add in the vice admirals, and I think you might have something.
Oh, so the Seraphim alone can't do it.
You don't think Seraphims can do it on their own then?
Oh no. The Marines definitely coming with them.
Okay.
No, but he's just speculating. He's like, yo, if you have to put Kaido and Big Mama on the roof, and you have to plug people in like those 5 supernova. Plug in five. Let's plug in 5 of the warriors. 5 of the Seraphim. Which 5 of the Seraphim would you plug in that will have the best chances of defeating Big Mom and Kaido?
You can bring all 7 up there if you want, honestly.
Who?
Yeah, I'm definitely taking Boa's. Boa's the mature one.
Boa, Hawk, Jim.
Hawk, yeah.
Boa, Hawk, and Jim. Those 3 coming for me for sure.
I'm taking Boa, Crocodile,
Kuma.
Probably Moria.
Yeah, I'm taking Crocodile.
Kuma, and I would take.
What fruit is Kuma?
I don't know what Croc has yet. I gotta know Croc's fruit. If I know Croc's fruit, it would be easier to pick.
What's Kuma?
But I don't know Croc's fruit.
Without
That's
knowing
like the one big secret right now.
Probably still take Croc. But if depending on the fruit does kind of matter, but if without knowing the fruit, I guess I'd take Mihawk over Croc, but then I'd still take Boa, Kuma, Mihawk, and then it's just Moria and who else? I guess probably Doflamingo because it has the same.
Is S Croc a female or he's just a pretty motherfucker?
He's just a pretty motherfucker.
Damn.
S Hawk is a female.
Like Nika.
Yeah, S Hawk is a female because
All right, you out.
Anytime.
That's facts. The child of Rayleigh and Shocky, Amazon Lily, inhabitants and those people don't matter. They give out women, children, always. Mihawk is the living embodiment of Queen's dream. A woman that became strong enough to become the strongest swordsman.
Ooh.
What rhymes with gambler?
Popcorn.
Handler.
Yeah, handlers are right.
Rambler?
Rambler.
I probably
Slander.
Her in general. I probably would.
Slander.
Ooh, Slander's good.
Why don't you?
Yeah, y'all got Dunno back. I better make the best.
Probably do the last syllable.
Yeah, you're right. The struggle with night.
Yo, Coach, what's that stuff you wanted to do?
You got Sabo over Marco?
Oh,
no.
Dono back?
Yeah, Dunno back. That's the one you wanted to debate.
Marco, you want to address that? I was gonna wait for you to address it.
Oh yeah. I got Sabo over Marco right now.
Yeah, I do too.
Facts. Thoughts?
I definitely do too.
I think Sabo right now is close to Fujitora.
Okay.
I think Marco's over Kaido.
That shit funny every time you say it.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
I forgot what the rhyme
You
was.
just the fuck out of Sabo, Donald. That was crazy. Right there. That was crazy. Oh my god.
Wait, all right, I got a
Because
question.
Rox, you view the admirals differently. So
You view the admirals differently from everybody else.
Yeah, so that's not. You know what I mean?
Bro, I got questions for you, man. I got questions.
I got answers.
Perfect. I'm so glad you said that. So, all right, if you got Marco, you got Marco over Kaido. So first, what's the gap to you between Blackbeard and Kaido?
If Blackbeard were to fight Kaido, it's gonna be like, I know this sounds crazy, low death. Like, I think Blackbeard beating him up. And the reason why I think Blackbeard beats up Kaido so bad is because, one, Blackbeard's taking away his Devil Fruit, which only gives us a base Kaido. And base Kaido wasn't performing that well against Advanced Armament Luffy. So it's like Advanced Armament Luffy plus versus a full-blown Yonko.
Okay, that's cool. Let me go back to my original question that I asked before when you had left earlier. So my thing is, I don't think Marco could be anywhere near as strong as Kaido is. Since
I don't think he's as strong as Kaido. I think Kaido's stronger than him, but it's like, I think Shanks is stronger than Kaido. I just don't think Shanks is as durable as Kaido. So it's like, I think Marco beats Kaido in more areas than Kaido beats Marco.
Okay. So all right, I see where you're coming from. So I would say I don't believe Marco defeats Kaido because when he got to the war, I saw him scrapping with King and Queen, and it was dope. I commended it. It was loud as fuck when it happened, right? He held off King and Queen. Okay. But if we're keeping it a brick, he didn't really just hold them off that long. And if we want to say he did, okay, cool, whatever. He held them off long enough. But even after that, he got winded because he got knocked out, right? Then he got winded and said, okay, I'm gonna let the kids take care of everything from here on out. I'm done. I'm done fighting. I did my piece. After that, King and Queen both had enough in the tank to still fight comparable opponents, a high diff Zoro, or a high diff Sanji. So if Marco was really that dude to defeat Kaido just 1v1, shouldn't have he been able to take out at least one of King or Queen, or if not really both? If he that dude.
I 100% agree with you, but the issue that I would have with that specifically being that coming into Wano, Marco had told us that, like, I'm not here to have a significant role.
Right.
I'm only here, like, for a small assist. Like, he actually never even intended on being a fighter at all.
Right.
He had, like, remember the note that he had sent Luffy?
Yeah.
He had told
Luffy,
like, oh, I'm gonna be late to the battle, but like I'll be there to like help out, like small little.
Right.
And then when he met Zoro, he told Robin, like, you're the muscle here. So he was telling them, like, I'm not trying to fight nobody Toby Robo above. I'm really just trying to whatever y'all need to get done. To go up there and fight Kaido, which is what the crew told him. They even said, Marco, are you here to go defeat Kaido? Like, Kaido's own crew said, are you here to defeat Kaido?
He did.
And
I remember that.
Marco was like, no, I'm not here for that.
Like, no.
Like, I ain't here for all that.
Damn Skippy, he was. I remember I laughed when they said it then too.
But it's like, to me, it's like Marco had already told us, I'm fucking tired already because I flew here. He had flew all the way from Sphinx Island carrying Inu and Izo.
He did.
And then they asked him when he got up to the waterfall, which normally takes 7 days to climb. And they're like, "You good, Marco? You look tired." He's like, "I'm fucking exhausted." So Marco already coming into the war wasn't up to par. He not fresh like Kaido is. He ain't been drinking, sitting on his ass all day. He wasn't fresh like Luffy was. Like everybody else, they was fresh. Marco exhausted his stamina reserves. That's why I think he, quote unquote, lost to King and Queen. But it wasn't even the fact that he lost, because he literally told them, like, yeah, my goal here isn't to beat you guys because I don't want my name in the newspapers. I'm just going to hold you guys off until Jinbei finishes with Who's Who. Until Killer beats up Hawkins. Until Zoro gets the health he needs to get up and defeat King.
So this is how I interpreted Marco's arrival and his accolades in the war. Because before he even got there, and they asked him to come, the dog in Dogstorm or whatever, they asked him what he's been doing, and he was basically Amish. Like he was living off the land. He was taking care of Sphinx. He's done no training, so I'm not surprised he was exhausted. He was doing no training. He was Amish and a pacifist.
Living off the land.
I promise you, no training at all. So it doesn't surprise me that he was a bit exhausted from the rigorous trip. I know carrying those people. I know that I know that did something to him. I know Kaido was lifting a whole island though.
Okay.
And not only that, he fought, was it 5? Was it 5 or 7 of the
9? He
9?
fought the 9 scabbards, and
Right.
he fought
And
the
then
5 supernova.
right. So I feel like even after all of that and during the island, because he also fought Yamato, I feel like even after that, Marco still wouldn't have been able to touch that nigga. And I don't think it would have been close.
So here's my thing as to why I think that Marco should be above Kaido. How strong do you think the admirals are?
Relative to Yonko level.
Relative to the Yonkos? I somewhat agree with that, because I think that in order to become an admiral, the job is to at least be able to take a Yonko to high diff.
Facts. Most definitely.
Like the weakest Yonko, of course. So like you got to be able to at least hold off Big Mom high diff or Kaido high diff.
For sure.
So I think Kizaru was at the level where he could definitively say, I'm stronger than Kaido.
Kizaru?
And I think he showed that in Egghead. He showed that he was faster than Snake Man Luffy, and Kaido was like confused as to where Snake Man Luffy's hits were coming from.
Okay.
And I don't think that Kizaru has the durability to keep up with Kaido, so I do think that if Kaido gets a hit off on Kizaru, it's over with. It's game over. But he did show he has the AP and speed to keep up and do some decent damage to Kaido. So I think Marco showing he can keep up with Kizaru and showing he can keep up with Akainu and showing he can keep up with Kuzan shows that he's of that tier where he can either say, hey, Kaido, if me and you fight, we're equals, or I'm above.
All right, 2 questions. I don't even know which one to ask first. All right, let's go with this one. If take off Marco, substitute him with Kaido. If Kaido's on Whitebeard's crew, when they go to Marineford, do they leave with Ace, or does Ace still end up dying?
Ace still ends up dying. The reason why I say Ace would still end up dying, well, one, like if we're talking about in character, Kaido in character would just like kind of brute force his way through, and then him and Kizaru would fight 1-on-1, and Kizaru's just gonna hold him off like he did Marco, and then he's gonna jump him like he did Marco when Kizaru told like everybody, hey, I want all the giants to come help me, and the vice admirals come help me.
Example.
Yeah. But let's say he is in the same position as Marco, like I still don't think that he has the capability. I do think one key moment would be when Ace is about to die. Instead of Luffy using Conqueror's Haki, Kaido will. So it'll just be Kaido knocking out all the fodder Conqueror's Haki. But I feel like that's what's gonna make the Marines be so much more aggressive.
I still think if the dragon flies up to the scaffold, Garp still knocks the dragon out the fucking sky. And I just want y'all to know that.
Yeah.
That scene doesn't change if we make these characters interchangeable.
Okay. So this is my biggest thing. This is, I guess, my really the main question I want to ask, and my biggest issue with the theory. I feel like, because what you're saying here is Whitebeard basically has two Yonko level people. It's two Yonko level people on Whitebeard's crew, and that's not a thing even like on anybody else's crew. So
I think that's why he's so special. I think Shanks also has two. I think Whitebeard has so many Yonko people. You said what, Marco?
No, I was saying I think Beckman are two people that have not Ben Beckman. Shanks and Dragon are two people that have Yonko contending characters as their right hands.
Okay.
Being and Ben Beckman.
I'm not upset at the Ben Beckman position, because I hear a lot of lore behind him, and he's on the crew with that type of nigga. So I'm not gonna refute it. I just gotta see something. I haven't seen anything.
Ben come on. I was gonna bring it up too.
If you're a right hand man and you have statements or portrayal contending with admirals, then you should be in some scenarios, some fucking dimension. You should be able to sit in the ring with a Yonko, even if you're not winning.
I'm not mad at it.
Sitting in the ring holding off a Yonko, whatever the case may be, it shouldn't sound crazy.
I'm not. It doesn't sound crazy.
If Oda wants to keep showing him bitch Kizaru, I think he's trying to get something off. Like, he's trying to let me know something. Like,
it doesn't sound
crazy. I also think the same thing. You put Marine forward, you show us Marine forward, and you have Ben Beckman doing what he did, and then 10 years later, you do the same thing in Film Red, as I always like to say.
Okay.
Yeah, you're trying to drive home a point.
Okay.
And you have, in all these movies, in all the portrayal, and every time you get to portray Sabo, it's always with an admiral, like Stampede when he did the thing with Kizaru. Then you got Gold when he was able to when he had like no sweat able to stall Rob Lucci. Fucking the shit with Fujitora. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just all the portrayal feats that he's just putting there. I think he's trying to drive home the point that this guy, he's commanding men at the Reverie that are going against Ab.
Okay.
He's definitely trying to tell us this guy is of the realm of being above, of that tier, if not above it. So I feel like him and Ben Beckman, they got the stands for that. So it's not crazy to think someone like Marco, who was the right hand to the world's strongest, lives in that rank.
These are good points. These are all good points. I think my biggest thing with Marco, and I'm gonna ask you, Donald, my last question, but it was really my main question. But I feel like it's the biggest reason I view Marco a certain way. Because if Marco really had this type of stature that y'all portray, I feel like things go different for his story, right? Like, okay, whatever, you lost to Blackbeard in the Second War. You spun the block, but you didn't get any get back for your pops, for your dad. Okay, fine, whatever. If you're really Yonko level, why would you not take over your dad's territory? Why are
No. See, okay.
Space Island was white territory.
I like where he's going with that, but the Gorosei gave context to this because they were even saying only the 4 emperors could take on Blackbeard, and then they even added on Marco for that. You know what I'm saying? So that right there puts him in that realm. Even though he didn't get the job accomplished, they didn't say all these pirates, the 4 Yonko could do it, and then Mihawk could probably take him down. They didn't say. They said Marco. So to me, it still puts him in the realm that he lives in that light. You know what I'm saying? But you could also
say, you done? I was gonna say, I do want to say,
first place.
When Whitebeard died, Marco, it wasn't like he needed to go take over those territories. It was Marco basically inherited all the territory. So Marco just became the leader of the Whitebeard pirates, and like all the territories were his.
So why are you not a Yonko? So why are you not a Yonko?
He basically was a Yonko, but it's just the fact that what Blackbeard did was he specifically targeted those territories, like basically declaring war on that Yonko. And then he's like, okay, I'm going to take over this, take over that, take over this, take over that. And then eventually he amassed a big-ass army. And Marco's trying to protect Sphinx Island. So
in the newspaper, in the newspaper, the only emperors of the sea I ever hear them name are Luffy, I think, Blackbeard, it was Big Mom, it was Kaido, and now they're even talking about calling Sabo an emperor, Flame Emperor. That's the only emperors I hear in any news articles. If Marco is Yonko level and he owns territories, why isn't the world like perceiving him as such? Why isn't he an emperor of anything?
He didn't get the time. Hold on. He didn't get the time to have the territories. But Blackbeard took that.
Oh, he already.
If you were, and you know what's crazy? Because Blackbeard, if anybody that has ever reached a level of Yonko contender level, Blackbeard is taking out the picture. Because for me, remember, I had a theory that like Boa could have been like pirate, and she was already given the epithet of pirate empress. She could have been a Yonko, but what stops her from being a Yonko? The showing with Blackbeard. You get Law. Law gets a Yonko bounty. Literally puts him at the threshold of being a Yonko contender. But what happens before he can get his next good showing, before someone else can get a bad showing? What happens? Blackbeard takes him out the picture. Same thing with Marco. Marco gets mentioned. Marco's name gets dropped amongst the board, say, for people that can contend for the position of taking Whitebeard's position and being able to amass those territories and everything. The problem is, Marco's test field run didn't go well because he had to face Blackbeard, and these people keep meeting Blackbeard. That's why I hold Blackbeard at such a high standard, because it's literally the story is literally telling us he's like, if there's anyone that's caught the most W's for just taking niggas out or handling or getting a drop on niggas, is really Blackbeard.
I do want to make note. Blackbeard did have Kuzan when he fought Marco.
Do you think Kuzan was there?
Yeah. Okay. The reason why I say so is because just timeline-wise, during that conversation that he had where they were like, Marco's the one who can take, like Marco has the potential. In that same conversation, they brought up how Kuzan is giving his abilities to Blackbeard, which means that the war between those two haven't started. Like, the fight between those two haven't started.
Ooh,
so Blackbeard was a subordinate to Blackbeard at that point.
Good
so
catch.
You have Marco versus Kuzan, Shiryu, and a bunch of other motherfuckers. And Blackbeard had an army with him. And then, like, don't forget, Marco's trying to only protect Sphinx Island. So it's like, he didn't really care. After Whitebeard died, it's like, Marco didn't really care about being a pirate anymore. So it was like, Big Mom started to move in on their territories. So you got to send some army to go try to stop Big Mom. Kaido starts to move in on your territory. So you got to send some army to go stop Kaido. But then Blackbeard say, I want all of it. I want the big shit. And you got to defend Sphinx Island. He did that. They fought on Sphinx Island because that was the last one of the territories, and he protected that, and it's became his little sanctuary ever since.
So you're saying that Marco, they won the second war? So you're saying that second war was at Sphinx Island?
Like, there was one war, and the war was who will be defeated will be the guy who makes the decision on the outcome of the way this war is going to go, right? Marco lost the battle, which is what the newspapers talked about. Marco lost, but he won the war in the sense that he kept that last territory because Blackbeard's like, there ain't shit here for me.
If Whitebeard was still alive, do you think he gets down to one territory?
It depends. Because it's really weird, right? So I would say if Blackbeard has Kuzan and the Gura still, I do think that Blackbeard would have been like defeating like Whitebeard still. Because then I would say that we now have a stronger Kuzan who's probably stronger than Marco. Then we have Blackbeard who's stronger. I think that version of Blackbeard, this new one, is stronger than the old Whitebeard that we see at Marineford. So it's like Blackbeard, he might take that fight, he might win. But then again, I also think Blackbeard might not take that fight because Whitebeard's still alive.
That's what you're saying. That's very interesting.
But I just think that Marco don't get enough respect as a character,
Maybe.
which is why I'll say Marco beats Shanks or but I do think that if we were to say Marco has a definitive spot, like Marco's been saying this whole time, like I do put him on that level with Big Mom and Kaido. I just think
I definitely think he lives in the realm. That's what
I just think saying he beats Kaido like these types of situations really good, like conversations like these.
But his interaction with Big Mom showed that he could be on the level of the Yonko, but he might not like if you want to argue his showing from Wano, if you take everything into consideration, like Dono has said, and you if you look at how he interacted with Big Mom, who is a Yonko, you could actually say, all right, well, we get a fully healed, fully healthy Marco going at it with Big Mom, who has all her homies and whatever it is that she needs. You can probably argue, all right, bet I think I can see Marco taking Big Mom to a high diff. Because that's probably the general consensus of it, where people think Big Mom wins, maybe mid to high diff.
So
I wouldn't imagine if that's what people think, because that's normally people don't know how to perceive and take all their, don't know how, they just haven't taken in everything that is there to offer as far as the context.
I have a direct quote from Whitebeard that I believe would disprove everything that both of y'all are saying.
You say disprove?
Indeed.
Damn. Let me see.
What do y'all remember the reason being that Whitebeard didn't go back to Wano when he heard that Odin was in trouble and that his home, the person that he calls brother, was in trouble and his hometown was being turned into a war facility, a weapons manufacturer?
What's the reason he didn't go to Wano?
Yeah.
He thought that it'd be like way too many casualties.
Way too many casualties. If Marco is like that and he can just take Kaido, I can just send him. No casualties.
Here's my issue, right?
Talk to me.
It's crazy because we were literally just talking about this yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I think the misconception Whitebeard had was of Kaido's power. Kaido was viewed as the news. Remember, the news in Wano isn't real, right? It's not. They don't have actual everything to be able to tell what actually went on. Mm-hmm. So Morgan's had to report on what he heard, and what he heard was the fact that Odin was defeated, and Kaido took over Wano. So from Whitebeard's perspective, it would be Kaido, who was a strong little kid that I used to fuck with, just defeated Odin, a brother in arms who I respected as someone who could go toe-to-toe with me in my prime.
Right. Okay, I was going to say all this.
That's why he's okay, Kaido is a grown-ass man now who's reached that level.
Mm-hmm.
We saw what happened. We know Kaido ain't done.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Whitebeard's just looking at it like, yeah, Kaido, you got it. You know what I'm saying? If we fight, it's gonna be a lot of people dead, and I might not even come out with the dub because I'm not my prime self.
I feel that. These are good points. These are damn good points. I'm fucking with what I'm hearing. I'm not mad at that.
I do think that Kaido defeats most of the verse though. Definitely a top 30 character. Luffy top 15 though. Kaido top. Luffy's top 11. No, he's 11 actually.
Okay.
And then it's Kaido, if he was still alive, would be 12. But then if we were to add all the old gen, I would probably add Chen Zhao, Roger, Brock. You know.
Is Marco over Dragon?
No, hell no.
Just check. I gotta gauge
not
where y'all
doing
at.
that.
Dragon,
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie. You can't.
I accept that he has Marco over Sabo.
That sounds like something Donald would say.
I accept that he has Marco over Sabo. Do I agree? No, but I can see why he has Marco over Sabo.
I think it's a close fight, though.
Yeah, I'm picking up what he put down.
I don't think that it's like.
I think it's an extreme diff fight either way. No matter who you have winning, I think that fight goes extreme diff. So that when it normally comes down to that, I'm okay with whoever you think wins, as long as you're understanding that Marco's not mid diffing Sabo. Sabo's not low diffing Marco. Like that is those two realms. Those don't exist. If you think that, then I definitely think that the misconception of these characters are highly, highly out of context.
Dono, who you taking between Sabo and Kaido if they scrap?
I got Sabo.
Okay.
The reason being is because like fire's just Duran Egg in One Piece. Like Kaido's going to get hurt by that fire. And then Sabo has some of the best armament we've seen in the series. So it's like he getting hurt. It ain't no getting past.
I don't know what you're talking about, but Kaido has resistance to fire and can literally wear it.
I ain't seen him use it. I ain't seen him resist it.
You know, he had it on his body and he wasn't burnt.
That red rock did damage though. That red rock did damage. Sabo dishing those out.
On the regular.
Yeah, Rio infused flames on the regular.
More so because of the AP behind it, not because of the fire. Kaido literally can wear fire.
Okay.
Like my man put as a dragon.
Till Kaido get past the dragon fall, all right?
It's interesting.
That's interesting.
No.
I don't even want to just. That's the thing. I don't want to argue. I don't even want to argue with Sabo. I just be full on agreeing with just shit that got Sabo sound like he just beat
Sabo over Kaido. Is that what's happening here?
Oh, yo, Dono, tell Coach your theory about who Yamato's parents actually are. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
But look, have you read anything up on like dragons and like Japanese mythology?
Not in a while, but I'm definitely peeping where you're coming from.
It was one thing that I read about how like in Japanese mythology, dragons are asexual.
Yeah,
where they don't need a normal mate, right?
Right.
They don't have the reproductive organs that we have.
Okay.
So it's like there's no female and male dragon. But the way they do reproduce more dragons and more powerful like dragons in Japanese mythology is for them to fight a great warrior of the sea. And for that warrior of the after that, of course, that warrior of the sea, them coming out on top, of course. But for that warrior of the sea to scar them, who scarred Kaido?
Okay.
Odin. So basically, my theory is that
that's some shit.
Because Odin scarred Kaido, Kaido was then pregnant with Yamato.
Oh, shit.
And was able to give birth to Yamato because Kaido is an asexual dragon.
Do you think Kaido hatched an egg or he gave birth manually?
Well, like manually. Like in Japanese mythology, like they spit the dragon, they spit they spit their offspring out of their mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, can you imagine Queen? Can you imagine Queen?
Yamato was born when Momonosuke was born. Odin was at sea on Whitebeard.
Bro. That never happened, bro.
Oh, okay. Oda just lied then. Don't worry.
Yeah, Oda lied. a thought.
That's a lot to take in all at once. Pause.
That's exactly what Kaido said.
So Donald, I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah, stop it.
That's
horrible.
That's a very interesting theory you got there.
And just know Big Mom ain't never tapped out like that.
Hey yo.
It's a lot. It's a lot going on. It's a lot. That's interesting though. I see where you coming from.
You shouldn't.
Would it surprise me if Oda went that direction? You never know with Oda. You never know with Oda. So I can't even say anything at the moment.
Rape baby last chapter.
You know, yeah, we got rape last chapter. Crocos, you know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot going
on. I missed them pages. Where was the rape?
Jenny was raped.
I knew.
Were we talking last night?
I knew Rox was gonna come with this. She's married.